And I was like, ah, we're going to get it done. I think it's going to happen. Going to go live on YouTube. So if you want to go back on YouTube and watch part of this, you can. I'm going to have some of this free on YouTube and I'm going to stop streaming. I think it's going to. What are you talking about? All right. Well, I don't want to watch that. Um, it looks like it's on YouTube. I don't know. Okay. So I got it on YouTube. I'm going to X this page. I don't know if I have to or not. What I wanted to do now is, where am I? Can't see myself. Here I am. Guys can all see me. Um, Yesterday I said I wanted to show you the leads that we're getting, that this is really working. Maybe it was Monday. And I got this pulled up now where I can show you the leads that we get in the last 30 days, right? The stuff that I'm talking to you about, this is what we're doing. So Monday, for all you watching now live on YouTube, Monday, day one, I talked about leads, conversion, leads, creating leads, and Tuesday lead conversions. Today we're going to talk about scripts. And I'm like halfway through right now, and I just wanted to live stream here on YouTube so you guys can watch. And I'm going to show you something because I was talking about leads, and it's always good when you can show of the leads that we have been getting. Let me see. I don't want to share that one, but that's the one that's up. So right here, if you guys can see, so these are all the leads in the last 30 days and how they're coming in. Facebook ads, Facebook ads. We've got 116 leads in the last 30 days, new leads. Now, is it good? Is it bad? It just is, okay? Okay, we're back. I wanted to show you that. Now, we could probably use more leads. But if we get 116 jobs, we get a closing ratio of like half, just over, I think about 60, we're getting close to 60%. And a lot of these are like internet leads. So people hit us on Facebook and they sign up on different platforms. And so some of them are just, oops, I didn't mean to do that. Now, I was sharing about our sales system, but I was sharing a story, how to tell a good story from the beginning to the end when we sell. All right, we got this? So let's say we start here and we end over here. The first part is called the sales talk. Sales talk. Okay. Let's check in something here. Yep, we good. And then I had talked about the conversation in the house. You guys missed that. So this is what you should come on live for. You could see it. All right. And the next part, we break it up. It's called fact finding. This is where you do your research, your surveys, you find out what's going on, you take pictures, and you share with the homeowner everything that you find. And the next part is the biggest part right here, is called the demo. This is where you demonstrate what you can make for the project, like what you can do. So I'm talking to home service pros. I'm talking to contractors right now. This is the audience that I'm speaking to. So if it goes over your head, you don't know what I'm saying, you can just leave or no, watch, stay right on here. But this is about the home service contractors. We do contracting ourselves. We do roofing, gutters, and siding. And so when I train my sales guys, this is how I teach them. All right. And then we're talking about hook, story, offer, and then we're talking about the ABCs of telling a story. You should never tell a story without making a point, and never make a point without telling a story. So you got to be a good storyteller. And now we're in a demo right now. So you alter the future for the better for them. It means they believe it. So you talk about a little bit what your system does for them. What are you going to bring in? How are you going to help the homeowner? What is in it for them? See, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. All right, and then you have to break old habits. I remember I had to raise my prices years ago. I don't know how you guys do it, and guys and gals, but you have to raise your prices. Every year, the vendors are raising their prices. Lowe's, Home Depot, they raise their prices. We get letters all the time, 5% across the board. Everybody goes up 5%. And the reason they do this, they go up 5%. It doesn't seem like it's so much. So they go 5%, then they stay ahead of the curve, and they go 5%, then they go up a little bit, 5%. And us contractors, I say us, inclusive everyone, it seems like we wait until we're losing money, we can hardly make it, and then we raise it a little bit, and then we're afraid, they're not going to pay that. What if I told you homeowners will pay, they'll pay $2,000 to have a chimney reflashed? This is an older roof, maybe 10 years old or 15. And you say, what? I could get my chimney just sealed up for $100, 200, right? But not if you want it reflashed. Well, I could get somebody, I could get, okay, great. But if you want a professional and have it done right with a guarantee, you won't get it for $500, right? But now, if you're at $500, if that's your comfortable number, just think you're going to raise that another 1,500 in your mind to be able to even sell that. And you have to think and see it that way before you can actually train your sales guys to even sell it. All right. So you got to see it there. All right. So we go to the drawing board here now, and I want to show you something. Before I do that, this is the demo, and then this is the close. And the biggest problem is most beginners, however you say that, so that you all understand. Beginners is a good word. Beginners, you're entrepreneurs in the early stages of your selling career. You keep dancing back and forth. You don't know really what you're doing, right? Remember those days? You get to the close and you ask for the close, and then they say, oh, yeah, that sounds good. We got to talk, but hey, how about that lawnmower out there? What do you think? And I go, what's that? Happened to me, actually. And he says, yeah, I want to sell that mower if you know somebody that want to buy it. I said, yeah, it looks like a nice mower, but by the way, what do you think about the 9200? Do you want to go ahead and get that roof scheduled today? So I had to loop him back in. So we teach all of that. But quite a few people, when they get the first opposition, the first no, they fold their suitcase. They fold. We call it folding. They fold everything together and they just get out of here like, oh, gotta talk to the wife. Yeah, I'd be like that too. So they justify logically with the homeowner. You can't do that. If you're gonna be a salesperson, you're gonna have your own justification. You better not side up with the owner or the people buying it. Just yesterday, I'll tell you a story. Yesterday, true story. I got another camera for this meeting because this one I'm using right now kept folding up and shutting off. And I went, what's going on? And we went into the settings and we figured out what's going on. It's working out. But anyway, so Tuesday I drive 1 hour to Best Buy to buy myself a brand new camera. And I paid $1,000, just under $1,000 for it. Bring it home, put it together next morning, and oh my goodness, there's a Z mount on the camera and an R mount on the lens, and they don't match. They don't fit. I go on Google and it says, oh, you need an adapter. I'm like, oh, here they sold me a camera, no adapter. I'm taking it back. And by that day, I figured out how the camera was working. But anyway, so I took it back yesterday. And at the counter, they said, oh, yeah, what's your name? Okay, yep. Your name, Henry? Yep. I'll give you the return right now. Okay, no problem at all. Yep. And I said, yeah, everything's here. You want to go through it. So he went through it and it looked good. He goes, yep, good. And as he was looking at the box, and I was like, I have an Apple Watch. I could use another one. I look around like this. He had me waiting there. I'm looking around like that. What I was thinking is I could just trade the money. Being I spent the money, it would be easier for me now to go buy something I didn't need. Being I'm bringing back this camera. Anyway, but the guy never said anything. He should have looked at me and said, sir, do you want a different camera? I'm so sorry. We have one together. I'm sure we can give you one that's even better. I'll give you a discount. I'll give you another $100 off anything in the store. Just don't go home without this camera. Great. I would have done anything, right? I mean, not anything, but if he could have given me a gift card or something, for the inconvenience. But he could have also ups or downsold me to like a $600 or $700 Apple Watch, and I would have bought it. Like, you guys need to be thinking that stuff. And when you're out closing in the sale, he completely missed another sale. He should be on here today. I'd teach him how to sell. I would. All right. Enough of that. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to talk about facts. So many people are so stuck in their own way of thinking. I'm too. All right. So maybe we just make that confession. But I'm flexible. I want to learn at least. Come on. I don't know if y'all want to learn or not, but I want to learn. Okay. So what people do, I'm just messing around with this board right here. What people do is they state the facts. This is how it is. And they make a box around the facts. And they say, this is what it is. It's just me. It's just my luck. I'm always just late. I can never get ahead. Yeah, I never get ahead. My bank account is always down. I can never be on time. It's like, mom is always mad at me. It's just my luck. I start out late, everything's late. I start out the day, so the first thing that happens, I spill my coffee, everything's wrong, right? So they look at the facts and they put a frame around it, and they don't even consider the facts has two sides to it. In fact, it's got a positive side and it's got a negative side. It's impossible to have a piece of paper that's not two sides, right? It's got two sides. My phone's got a left and a right. It's got an up and a down. You don't have an up without a down. You don't have an in with an out. Have you ever seen a one-sided paper? No. Have you ever seen a one-sided pancake? No. Why? Because it doesn't exist. It can't exist. It's impossible. So there is no fact on the earth that doesn't have an opposite, positive or negative. So it just depends on which side you want to look at. Okay. So I'm going to show you something else. By the way, if you have your coffee, grab it. All right. So, okay. So you must manufacture a belief. Now, I kind of scribbled this up, so I don't want to use this. I want you to be sure to see it. So over here, we're going to make a stick figure. And this is the way I do it. Can we see? Okay, we got that. We have negative and we have positive. Okay, and we have facts. Should have done that at first. So you can have the negative or you can have the positive. It just all depends. So whichever side that you want, you can have doubt, worry, fear. All right, that's on the left side. Anxiety, hang on. Anxiety. By the way, this is, I'll get to this, but this is the enemy right here. Can you see all the way down? Anxiety, stopping right there. That is the enemy. That's going to take you out every time. That is the belief. That is the enemy. You do not want to go there. All right. The opposite side of doubt is faith. All right. Opposite of worry is, what is that? The outcome that you desire. Let me do that. Outcome. You desire. Worry is looking at something that has not happened and may not happen and thinking it will happen. And you put so much thought into it that you start getting the feeling of fear. It's not fear actually, but it's a feeling of fear. It's an emotional fear. You start getting emotional about it. And next thing you know, you get anxiety. We can read in the Bible that we should not have any anxious thought, right? I teach that from the Bible, and the Bible is where I get all my teaching from, or everything I teach, I verify with the Bible whether it's true or not true, right? And so, take no thought for tomorrow shall take thought for the things of itself. Sufficient unto the day is the evil thereof. Matthew 6:34 says in the Bible. But take no thought for tomorrow, and the King James Version says, be not, or yeah, there's a Bible quote that says, be not anxious about anything. And take no thought for tomorrow, I believe, is the same word. Do not be anxious about tomorrow, because today we have enough of crap going on. It's just not good, right? It depends what is going on. Now, I don't think that's exactly what it means that we can't plan for tomorrow, because if it did, then King Solomon, he would be wrong, because he says in Proverbs 20 verse 4, Proverbs 20 verse 4, King Version states, the sluggard will not plow by reason of the cold, therefore he beg in harvest and have nothing. And so if you're just going to do nothing, that means you're lazy. So he's referring to get out there, we lazy people, get it done. So we need to get moving, but we don't need to worry about tomorrow. We need to have faith. We have fear. The opposite of fear is faith. Let's see if I wrote that down. I wrote it down so I could stay on track, because I always get off track, it seems like. Fear. I have faith. I'm going to believe the Father. So I'm gonna put my belief somewhere else. I'm not gonna start thinking about stuff that's not gonna happen. I'm gonna stop myself right there and start thinking on the positive side, right? And I want anticipation. All right. I don't want anxiety. I want anticipation. Now, I could teach you some more and some more, but I got to stop somewhere, right? But we have these little antennae on our head right here, just like little sensors, outside sensors. It's see, hear, smell, taste, and touch. The first one is see. I'll write that down. See, okay, and then we have hear. Um, I know we can't see this. I should have a different drawing board. I need like a whiteboard we can draw right on here. Need to figure out how to do this. Um, so see. So when you see the outcome that you like, you start believing the Father, right? You can see this right here. See the outcome. You're like, oh, I'm so glad it worked. You know, you start being prayerful. But if you don't see it, then you start doubting. Am I even doing the right thing? Am I saying the right thing? Am I at the right place at the right time? Or is it just me again? And you start believing the lies of the enemy. Lies of the enemy. If you start believing the lies of the enemy, you will go down a negative trail. Remember, we started with the fact and just look at it from a different angle. Do you think if you called your mom, your friend, your dad, whoever, Fo, Joe, Sam, do you think they would all see it the same way? No. Call somebody that you know they can trust and they will help you through. All right. All right. Where are we going? Oh, okay. So we're still here. So we're talking about scripts, all right? And we talk about the facts, and that gives you power. Now, I'm just going to go one more page because I can. I got some more time here, so I'm going to make a bigger picture right here. And the reason I want to do this, the head, the mind is so much bigger than the body because our brain is not our mind is not our brain. Our brain is what? If you ask most people how our mind looks, they will say, oh, if they were to draw it on a piece of paper, it would look like a handful of grapes. That is not your mind. It could be your brain. And then we have a conscious and an unconscious. We'll make a line right here, conscious, and then we have subconscious, conscious, subconscious, or the unconscious mind. And we have these antennae up here I was saying about see, hear, smell, taste, touch. And it's like these are our outside factors. See, hear, smell, taste, and touch. And these are really, really strong. Have you ever sat into a brand new car you wanted to buy and you can just see it by closing your eyes? You can experience it by just visualizing that. And you smell the fresh leather. And the next time you go buy another car, it has that same fresh smell. I have a guy who likes to fly with me time and again with my small plane. And he goes, oh my goodness. He goes, last time he was like, this smells so much like Henry's plane. I absolutely love this smell. And I said, well, I could show you the smell that I use. I just, the smell. I was talking about it, and he didn't hear. But anyway, his wife was in the back seat. She goes, well, maybe I'm gonna have Henry put in one of your shirts and have it in here for a little bit, and then you can always just go to the closet. We'll keep it in the bag, and you just sniff that shirt, that smelly shirt. Anyway, it was funny. We have a good time about it. So remember, we have a positive side and we have a negative side. Negative, positive. We have doubt over here, and we have faith over here. We have um, okay, I'm going to just leave it right there. What I was going to talk about is the outcome. So we have circumstances in our life, okay? And we tend to put a crown on circumstances. And we just say, oh, this is just my life. This is just me. It's just the environment. This is what happens. Like, how can I even get up higher? Right. But if you focus on the positive, if you focus on the positive, even if you don't see it, you can't smell it, you can't hear it, you can't taste it, you can't touch it, you can imagine it. I don't have time to go over that today, but imagination is so strong. It's a key faculty that we all have. If you imagine something, if you imagine it strong enough, it starts going into your subconscious mind. It pushes down on your subconscious mind. All right. And then when you get emotional about it, is it's a vibration that we have. It starts pushing it down to the body. All right. The body it goes through the brain, but it must go through the body. If you get emotional about it, you will do something about it. And off to the side, went too low. I'm way up here. Oh my goodness. Okay. So off to the side, we have the positive reaction, and every action has an equal and opposite reaction. So what I'm getting at is this: get emotional about something, get into the emotion of it, read something, get emotional about it, and start turning your feet that direction. All right. And then you will have that outcome. If you read enough, you can speak more, you will know more, right? If you practice, practice, drill, rehearse, practice, drill, rehearse. It only gets better. And if you have this whole talk today, the challenge is about scripts. And if you have your scripts, you become that person. You can write your own life the way you want to live. You live that script. You become that script by doing what? Imagine. This is your only way forward to the future. You imagine and reimagine it, and you see it in your mind. This is your conscious mind. Your unconscious mind doesn't know if it's truth or if it's a lie. Whatever you tell yourself, you tend to believe. That's why we showed you the one slide earlier that facts is what people get stuck at. Well, the fact is, no, it's not a fact. Facts are never, facts and truth are different. It is not the truth. The truth doesn't change, but facts change. The fact is, I am 40 years old, whatever it is. Well, now I am another day older, so it never stays the same. It could be that 70 degrees out here today. That's a fact, but it won't stay there. It's going to change. It could be a fact that right now is during the day, but it could be night for you. Like, I don't know where you are watching this video. So fact is not a truth. And now you manufacture a belief, you imagine, and then you reimagine, and you manufacture a belief, and your circumstances will tell you where you're going. It's just like driving a car. If you look in the rearview mirror, you can see where you were, but you're not there now, right? And so imagine your future, write it down, and start living it. Okay, that's about it. Getting to the close right here. If you had any questions, I would want you to post them in the chat for me. Okay, the homework for today. Okay, I am going to, okay, here it is. I was just going to say I'm going to shut off YouTube, but if you're on YouTube, you can hear it all the way to the end. And I'll shut this whole thing off altogether. We'll cut everything out. Boom, with one switch, one bang, one button. Why not? Homework. If you're on the challenge, you find your homework assignment in the challenge. I'm also going to post in our Facebook group if you wanted to see the offer that I have for you. It's an application to see the offer. If you're not interested, you won't see it. Don't worry, it's not for you. On to the next person. Okay, homework today is figure out a 10x result that you can produce for a client. What's that mean? Figure out how you can help somebody get a 10x result. If you're a coach, you will do that. If you're a contractor, like I'm talking to the group right now, figure out something that makes you 10 times the money that you're making right now. You might say, Henry, I can't do that. I'm telling you, you can, because repairs are high profit margins, way higher than replacements. All right. Declare a premium hourly rate. What is a premium hourly rate. You have the basic, but what about your premium? There needs to be a difference. Do you guys ever do emergencies? Always make sure you have your premium hourly rate for emergencies. People pay more if it's an emergency. Why should you not? Right? You're about your daily work. Somebody says, "Oh, I need a haircut. I forgot I have a wedding tomorrow." You're like, "Oh, I'm all booked out. I'm sorry." And he's like, "I'll pay you double." People will pay double. You say, "Okay, be here by 5 o'clock. I'll give you the haircut." Right? And if you are doing painting, or if you're doing siding or plumbing or heating and air conditioning, whatever it is, have that premium rate. If it's after hours, they want service, or if they want it on Saturday or on Sunday, if you work on Sunday, make sure you charge extra. They will pay you double because they can't get anyone else out. And if they can, hallelujah, let them do it. But if it's you, you make sure that you get paid for it. Find some case studies to create proof of what you do. Testimonials, something for free, give something for free to somebody if you need to. Get a testimonial, put that on your website. Contractors, listen to me. You need to get a referral from each and every project. Come on now. I don't know why you're not doing this. Google is the #1 platform today to be found on. You should be on YouTube posting videos. I shouldn't even tell you this, but this is where you're finding me on YouTube today, because I post on YouTube a lot, right? Oh, what is this? All right. And then I'm by myself, by the way. So I'm managing all my software and everything else. Make sure you post testimonials on the website so people have access to those reviews from other clients. So as you move the ship down the line, up the line, wherever you go, you travel your life, it only gets better. How many of you travel and then the first thing you do before you go to eat, you Google reviews? There's a restaurant. I wonder how good the reviews are. That is today's market for business. Come on. Business for today's market. You need to have lots of good reviews. If they're not good, then you need to make it better and respond to each and every review. You can get on my website. Go to pandaroofing.com. That is my company, and you can see all of the reviews that we have. It's on Google page, and of course we pay for Google ads. That's how we get a lot of our business. So why would I not post on YouTube? Because YouTube and Google are buddies, and YouTube is free. So you should be posting on there. All right. Post a video today, a testimonial, if this has been worth it for you. If you're watching on YouTube, just post it, just comment for me and say, you know what, the information you give out is amazing, or it's crap, whatever you like. Just tell me the truth. And if you don't like it, if you go like that, just tell me why. Be polite, but tell me why. Put your phone number in and I'll reach out to you. And I want to know how you can make it better. You can always delete that later, but I would like to know why you didn't like the content today. And the main reason probably would be you're not a contractor. Fine. So how would you recommend this to some others? And do the ice bucket challenge if you haven't done it. The ice bucket challenge is what we talked about, putting your hand in ice for 3 minutes and then keep it in there. Tell yourself you can do this, because that's a freaking out mechanism trying to tell you you're going to freeze your hand. You take a bunch of ice, put some water in a bucket or a can, bowl, and just keep it in there for 3 minutes. Or you do the ice challenge yourself, submerge the whole body like people do. Like people say, oh, I could never do that, I'd freak out. Exactly, because that's your freaking out mechanism. You're trying to train your brain. Don't let the brain train you. You always destroy yourself if you do that. We are, I was going to say disdained. We are going to our body will destroy itself if we don't make us masters over our body. That's just how it is. All right. Don't be a flash in the pan. Get really good at what you do. Books to order. Over subscribed by Daniel Priestley. It is such a good book. And here's a second one. If you want a Key Person of Influence by Daniel Priestley. And I will drop the application offer in the Facebook group. Guys, this is it for today. Thank you so much for being here. I'd like to hear more about it, how you liked it. And you know what? Follow me tomorrow. I'll post some more on YouTube again. And I'll see you in the next challenge, 11 a.m. tomorrow. For those that are in the challenge, for the others on YouTube, just whenever I post it. All right. Thanks. See ya.